Can I ask you an interview question? Okay, so tell me who you are if they don't know already.
My name, AfricaBlack. I'm a DJ, I'm a promoter. I'm all over Florida, man.
So what inspired you to DJ around the world? I mean, you're such a big name. Like, how did you start? Like, what was the process like?
Throwing house parties in college. And
You went to college?
yeah, I went to UCF. Yeah, I went to Valencia and UCF. So shout out to both of those schools in Orlando, Central Florida. I'm originally from Broward County, and I moved up to Orlando for UCF and Valencia, and I just stayed there. But that's how I kind of got started. And what inspired me is just anybody and everybody that does that. People like this guy right here that travels the world and does what he does and mix business with passion. And anybody like this GOAT right here, DJ Five Venoms, you feel me, are people who inspire me just to be better and grow more.
Now, when you were coming up, like going to these house parties, did you envision yourself being where you are today?
Nah, because I was doing it for fun and I wasn't making no money, and it was just like a fun thing. It wasn't a business thing, or it was, because we would charge like $1, $2 to get in for like entry, but it was house parties, so it wasn't like super structured. It was just like something we just did to have fun. You know, now I do it more on a business and a, I guess, professional level. It's like more structured. But I didn't really imagine it, honestly. I kind of was just having fun, and just wherever it took me, it took me.
Did anyone validate you to say that they can see you being like a big DJ? Like, was there anyone who was like, wow, man, you should be like going on these stages, man? Like, and did that ever shock you when you were coming up?
I'm trying to think who. I mean, the homies kind of did. Like, the homies did, yeah. But, like, not like super, because it's all I do now. So, like, I don't think nobody super did. Like, my girl at the time didn't for sure. I know that. Nah, of course not. Of course not. Because I wasn't, like, really making no money like that, you know? So
I have this idea that when people are coming up and they're like working on their passion, they always think that everyone sees them as like a nobody, and it's like they have to. Do you think like you have to envision it for yourself? Because yeah, everyone who's like working on their skill is like, oh, I just want to be the best. But like, I think what prevents them is like they don't have the validation. What sort of push you to just keep learning when you didn't see the success already?
It got to be from inside, I feel like, because I mean, ain't nobody gonna believe in you because you got to give them something to believe in. Yeah, so when you give them, like whoever it is, maybe when you give them something to believe in, they'll start believing it. But if you not like believing in yourself or taking your craft seriously, then they can't take you seriously either. You know, but once you start to like show progress and show like progression, you know, basically same thing, then it's like, okay, yeah, bruh's serious about what he's doing, so let's start believing in him. But I don't think nobody really believed in me. I kind of was just working like a 9 to 5 at the time, kind of hustling too, I ain't gonna lie. And
what did you go to school for? Like
social sciences.
Social sciences? Did you go right into DJing after college?
I started DJing while I was while at UCF.
Meaning, like, did you when you took it like professionally? Did you always take it professionally? Because getting a degree, did you might have put it on the back burner where you didn't think you would like have a full-time job?
Long story short, I was subbing like as a substitute teacher, and I was in school as well, but I started making more money DJing. So I was like, yeah, I started making more money, yeah, and I just I was like having more fun too. So that's how that went. Yeah, but like, if anybody watching kids stay in school, and if you're in college, multitask.
Yeah, that's what people don't realize. You could do both, because the education, it like teaches you how to be good, like how to like learn, and that's the thing. Like, you wouldn't get to where you are if you didn't learn the system, right?
I believe so. Yeah, but multitask. I didn't multitask. I kind of like put all my eggs in one tray. But I would advise anyone to multitask, because like if plan A don't work out, you got plan B and plan C. Yeah, I feel like that. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Do you mind if I ask you a question? Okay, so who are we here with? What's your name, if they don't know already?
DJ Five Venoms.
Yes, and okay, so what started your journey? Like, have you ever talked about like what started your DJ journey? Like, did you go to school?
I mean, my DJ journey started before school, but yeah, I went to school in Orlando.
Where at?
Full Sail.
Yeah. Oh my God, bro, that's probably so inspiring to people who are there, because a lot of people just don't realize they can make it.
Oh no, definitely put the work in though. Definitely put the work in, and you can make it for sure.
What did you start off as? Like, were you doing like house parties as well, or?
I was doing pretty much anything I could. House parties, bar mitzvahs, weddings, clubs, corporate events, you name it. I was doing everything. Shoe conventions.
Dang, and you're here, man. DJing for Rolling Loud must be like an experience. Like when you first did it, your first event. Like, how did that make you feel? Is that like your style? Are you more like a?
So, I mean, I started doing like concerts. So it'd be like, a Currency concert or a Denzel Curry concert, Rob Banks. And then that grew into doing the festivals. And the festival didn't start as you see the festival now. It started smaller. It's one day in a warehouse in Wynwood, and it graduated from there. Each year got bigger and bigger, and then we started traveling, and now here we are 10 years later.
So you just worked on your craft. Now, what do you tell people who are like trying to be in your position? Like, I'm sure they see you as like such a model and such like a model of like what success is. Like, what do you tell people when they just have everyone saying they're not going to be that big or like they should change?
I mean, you only can be as big as you dream it. So, figure out what your goals are, and then figure out how I try to work backwards from my goals. So if I want to go travel, I figure out, okay, who do I need to talk to? Who do I need to go to? What do I need to do to get to that point where I can do it? So it's like you figure out your goals and figure out who the people you need to connect with those people. You're not going to get a lot of yeses. Doesn't mean you're going to get a lot of no's either. So.
Do you agree with this? Do you think that you have to create the product before, or like, do you think you have to be show them the successful product before they see that you're like? It's almost like people feel like you have to be successful before people think you're successful. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's kind of like the fake it till you make it type of.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen it work for some people. I've seen it not work for some people. So it really depends. But I also see people just kind of get it from the dirt. Like they
there's no blueprint. Everyone's different.
Exactly, because it's like different people, different emotions and characters, and a lot of different people come into play when you look at like getting to the dream, or even for me, like getting to Rolling Loud. There's a lot of people that played their parts and connecting the dots for me, even to this day, of being where I'm at now.
Now, being a DJ, you have to curate the vibe of the concert. Like, I mean, hosting for Denzel Curry, you have to make sure that you're playing the right music, the cues, the timing. Is there any sort of like content that you watch so you can like?
I mean, it's just like figuring out like what the other artists are that are in that same lane, and that's what you're like playing. So it's like, if I'm doing a Denzel Curry show, they're most likely going to like Puya. They're most likely going to like Rob Banks. They're going to like, Danny Tower, Ski Master Slump God, XXX Asya. So it's kind of like that thing. Like, a lot of those guys are my homies, but it's like, you kind of can curate based off of like the vibe, who they work with, who they collab with. So, that type of thing. That's kind of how I put it together.
Is there anyone who inspires, like any DJ specifically that inspires you?
Oh, there's tons of DJs. I mean, Jazzy.
Like, do you ever look up to certain DJs?
Yeah, all the time. A lot of my peers, like, Khaled, Irie, friends of mine, DJ Feezy, Stevie J. But I mean, like on a bigger scale, you talking about Funk Flex, you talking about DJ Envy. There's a lot of guys that like I look at, see what they do, and get inspired. So it's like, yeah, for sure. Man,
you inspired me, and I appreciate you doing the interview. Like, I know like people want to ask you millions of questions, I'm sure, because you're in such like a high status. They want to like know, like, do people, like, if someone came up to you and was just like, oh, like, I'm a DJ based in this place, would you give them a chance? Like, what sort of things would you need to see out of someone?
Work ethic. Like, I mean, a lot of DJs, a lot of different people, but like, it's just the work ethic. Like, it doesn't matter like what the scale is, you just got the right mentality too. I try to help a lot. I've been helped by a lot of DJs and vice versa. It's like you kind of like hand it down.
Networking. You used to do stuff for free, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. People don't want to work, and I understand why. It's like they don't want to work because they think they're just wasting their time because they should already be big. But it's like maybe that's something that is demotivating for people, that they think that, they should just be at the top when you have to.
I think there's like a thing of like knowing your worth, but like taking your ego out of it though at the same time. So it's like it's a very like it's a balancing act, but like you definitely need to know your worth and play into that. You know, if you're doing a free gig though, you know, this is the sample. Next time you pay, or you know, you gotta be getting something out of that free gig to make it make sense. You know, if it's just like making sure you're getting the most out of every moment that what you're doing, and then but yeah, like take the ego out of it and know your worth. That really is like the key of it.
Thank you so much for the interview. I really appreciate it. Thank you, DJ Vibe, man. I appreciate it. Have a good one. It's Tabletalkz with a Z.
2 Z's or 1?
Oh yeah, the table. Yeah.
That's it?
Yep. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Oh shit, I almost tripped. But yo, like and subscribe, motherfuckers. Like and subscribe. What are you doing?